Good morning and welcome to today's silver analysis. Silver holding, or it's currently above $42 an ounce as it is now moving on 10 o'clock New York time. This trend line is now resistance again. I was stating that it's not bearish. It can even be bullish to continuously find resistance at this level. That's because you got to keep on making higher highs in order to do so. This pattern shown, this flag pattern more than anything. Now it's breaking away from it, trying to establish or continue the trend of these higher lows within here, but more importantly, showing a lot of different bullish signs on so many different time frames. A lot of people think, you know what, it's better to buy on strength with momentum when the charts are starting to show movement in the upward direction, and that's true. However, for those people that think buying on weakness when it's down so much, like in here, it's not smart to do. And I came out here, back in here, and I stated, you know what, 39 is an area where it has a good chance of bottoming. It's a significant Fibonacci level, and it very much is, and it worked out as such by having resistance and then support at this level. And if you were to buy at this level and then you get stopped out, well, then that's exactly it. It didn't work out to be the best play, but you can't even look at one example and then state how good you are at doing it by that case. It's almost looking at one of your sports betting predictions, which was a loss, and assuming that, well, you're not good at this. And then emotion might have got the best of me. If you go down the blog where we hit this level, I remember typing, oh, we're at another big Fibonacci level, as if it's going to mean anything. Well, that was emotion. But within that, buying at this level here and buying at this level here and holding has now put this market, or both entry points, in winning positions. And if you're looking to buy on strength, well, in this example, buying on weakness worked out fairly well. And going back to historical silver from 2005 and 2009, if you bought here, then once again, if you're looking for confirmation breakout, if you do this one in here, it's still just a little bit lower. But again, if you buy on these dips and accumulate, that it all works out on one condition only, is if the trend that you're following, whether it be for 4 years or 7 years, whatever, has very good reason to be that of a bullish state. For if you bought here, 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 and here, and you're buying the physical silver, you're just going to keep buying as long as it goes down, and you look back today and you ask yourself, was it a good time to buy? And you look at your old receipts, seeing silver maples being purchased at $16.20. You can say to yourself, yeah, I think it is a good deal. So you have to ask yourself, how confident will this price at least double over the next 4 years? And again, it all comes down to having the confidence and the education that there's good prosperity within it. Now let's move on towards this daily chart. The bands are moving up higher, and it now is only going to move up higher basically based upon price action, as it takes the automated periods over 67 and then finds the highest point, lowest point, and then calculates exponential Fibonacci. And the reason for 67 is because I have 50 periods. And within this candle here, I need to have the last 17 just so I can know where these bands happen to be, which is the 18-period average of highs, lows, and closes. So I take the automated period and then find the Fibonacci. Within this level, a resistance area, perfect support at this significant level. It says on here that it is 38.15. That's a very significant Fibonacci mark, and it found support, held above it for so long, showing sellers were really not too enthusiastic, It goes into this correctionary phase that shows market correcting through time. When it goes sideways, meets up with this band. Now it's had a 3 candle breakout within this level. The upper band is currently set at 44.93, and being at this 42 and low change, we are now at that significant resistance level I've been talking about for quite some time. Now the question is, or the waiting game to see the message of the market is, how do we handle this Fibonacci? If we can manage to hold above this 40.5 level for a few days, then that in itself would be very bullish. Switching over to the 3-day chart, each candle representing 3 days worth of action. Today's day is the 2nd of 3rd within this time frame, and this is your classic failed move, descending triangle, however you want to call it. But the buyers were able to hold on to this level in here. It's managed to get into this average or the 18-period bar in here, breakout here, show the confirmation in here. Now there's a breakout pattern illuming us towards another leg higher. This is why I was saying, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I'm really not as big on 42 as I would have been earlier, only because this move in here was very close to that level. And a lot of times when you have the breakouts, you can have a decent sized leg higher, but one that would be bigger than 42.20. That doesn't mean that you don't have that small pierce above and it just goes down lower. Or what I consider, a lot of times these big levels can get pierced below. So in a situation like this, you can see on this line there's some pierces below in here, and a pierce above 42.5 would pretty much bring you upwards closer to 43 and change. But overall, a lot of bullish signs within this particular chart. And finally, to finish this off, the 6-hour chart, which shows the 5-day moving average using a 20 period, because there are 4 periods per day. Now, when this is going to fail or pass is not really anyone's guess, because you pretty much, or at least I'm looking at the specific parameters, it needs to break away from one side and either have a major push higher, or B, stabilize in some form and then create another leg. And for the upside, it's higher, downside lower. Therefore, in here, this isn't yet big enough for me to consider that this is a breakout. It never even came up to this band. But it's now had this 4 bar 1-day sideways consolidation between roughly 41 and a third up to about 42. And it's currently right now looking to break in above this level. Anywhere up towards in here really tells me that it's passed the test, which means that it's now gone from neutral. We're in a bullish trend, and you're looking for long opportunities. Okay, thank you for tuning into this morning's video. Although if you happen to be watching it in the afternoon, it will become that of an afternoon video. Take care.